Canada.
Yeah.
The Hull scored first, so we did the Soccer Saturday challenge. This was for touching grass. Gonna get an early.
Hey.
Went to like bar. You were when you were sending pictures on the group.
Oh yeah.
You went to Hull.
We went to Hull. Underrated city.
Was it?
Yeah, City of Culture 2017.
They
I
just
actually knew that already, by the way. That is probably the most pointless bit of information I have stored in my head.
Those types of things are so pointless. They do like Wandsworth at the moment. It's the borough of culture. They just hand stuff out every.
What's culture about Wandsworth?
What's cultural about Hull?
Well, let me tell you. Fuck. They have white telephone boxes there.
Why?
Because they have their own. They're the only city in the UK that have their own telephone network that's like disconnected from the national one.
Why?
I don't know. What do I look like, bloody?
You should know why. If you're going to tell me that, you should know why.
No, I don't. This is Google AI overview. We're rolling, by the way, Luca.
Oh, are we?
So get off your bloody phone,
bro. So I'm organising this with Zach.
Oh yeah, the shit. When's that video out? We probably can't say who he's got.
Is this filming?
Yeah.
No, Jacob. Oh.
we do a nonchalant.
Rolling.
From now.
No. We were just having some good whole chat, bro.
We can't leave the telephone conversation.
We can't. That is valuable information.
Just restart from the.
No, we don't have to restart. It's fine. We're very chill guys here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good to see. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to see any of it, but you should.
I don't want to see any of it. No offense.
Fair enough.
Have you been to Hull, Luca?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to go. I felt quite bad because I put on my story like, any recommendations for Hull? One of my, someone I know, she went to you. She went. Well, loads of people said that, and I was like, yeah, we get it. Like, but I'm here, so can someone please give me a recommendation? One of my friends, she went to uni in Hull. She sent me like the next day, like so many recommendations. Like she put a lot of effort in. I was like, I've already left.
Bless her. So did you watch the game there?
No. That's not how the Soccer Saturday Challenge works.
Okay.
People often think
Is
that.
this actually filming?
Yes. I don't know why you're so baffled.
Why is Luca so Luca, this is a podcast.
Yeah, so basically, what
no,
happens is that we
no
talk.
one has told me we're rolling. That's why I was on my phone, bro.
That's fine.
It's
But
so
it doesn't
rude.
matter.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to apologise.
No, it doesn't matter. It's there. This is our new thing. We've gone nonchalant since you were last on.
Yeah, we're very unserious now.
No, I like the setup. I like everything. You know,
we
guys,
basically don't talk about football anymore.
No, we don't.
We cover a little bit of football.
Oh, okay. I like this.
Yeah. We're not going to grill you on like, Juve, Italy. I mean, we will a bit, but like,
we'll ask some questions.
We're not going to give you. We're going to give you a unique perspective.
Yeah, I know, but I feel bad. I was on my phone. While
you don't feel bad.
Talking about
you were doing business.
I was doing business.
You were crunching numbers.
When it's time to record, bro, I have to lock.
You got. It's fine. Well, sorry to ambush you like that. I'm sure the camera was probably
so this
just
is going to get edited out, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. We got Luca back on the show.
Woo!
Back, Luca. Luca, my dad loves you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For what reason?
He just thinks you know ball.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I feel like a lot of people.
Cook you a couple of times on Soccer Archive.
No, first of all, shut up. First of all, second of all, I feel like you're probably widely regarded as the biggest ball knower. That sounds weird.
Whoa. Are we sure we're rolling?
Oh yeah, let's actually Jacob. Yeah, let's
Jacob, restart.
I feel like people, you're probably like up there with like the ball knowledge.
Well, do you know what it is, Ollie? I saw a graphic on Instagram.
I saw it as well.
I saw a reel, and they had myself and you in the same category.
I think I saw this.
Yeah, I'll take that, mate.
Yeah. Who else was there? Was a third part. I think it was Eric. Yeah.
I'm more interested who was in the bottom.
Thogden. No. There was. It was like Thogden.
Should we try and find it?
Yeah, have a look.
I got DM'd it quite a few times actually. I was like, yeah.
I want to say Boovy was down there. No,
Right.
he was just rage baiting my
But Boovy just knows what he's doing.
The Boovy does it on purpose.
He does make me laugh.
respect the
He's
guy.
good.
When
He's good at
we
it.
did the Super Six shoot, he was funny on that. I thought.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, he was good value. I saw he was on Saturday Social and he like edited the clip where the boys laughed at a different moment. So he said something like, "We're gonna batter Arsenal in the League Cup final," and then it's like this clear cut, and then they're all laughing about something else.
He's such a wide.
He's a smart guy. He's a cheeky one.
So it had terrible knowledge. Theo Baker,
Yeah.
Understandable, yeah.
Robbie from AFTV. Is that fair?
I mean,
No,
he's just
I don't think
biased.
that's fair.
And Thogden. Poor knowledge. Matisse. That feels harsh. I think
I
he
think that is
actually
harsh,
knows
yeah.
quite a
That's
lot about
harsh,
Chelsea.
yeah.
True Geordie. Who listens to True Geordie talk about football anymore?
I haven't heard him speak about football for a while.
Abby Summers and Troops. Wind Up Merchant. Rory, last week's guest.
Yeah, that's fair.
Jennings.
But I would say Rory does know ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does.
Massively.
Yeah, he does.
He
He's
does
very
both.
knowledgeable.
I feel like Wind Up Merchant is a good tier to be in because it implies you're doing it deliberately. Boovy, Expressions, and Ty. Solid takes.
I think Ty's not.
I don't think Ty's a wind-up.
Like he's not 100% serious guy.
I think he's
he genuinely
serious.
believes
He's
everything
locked
he
in.
says. Yeah, 100%.
Solid takes. We got Statman Dave, who's a tier below me and Luca.
Let me see this.
Tom Garrett and Mark Goldbridge and Turkish. I've never heard Turkish talk about.
Turkish knows his stuff.
Turkish is good.
Is he like a new? Is he quite new? Or have I just missed?
He's been around for a while.
He's been around.
He's an OG AFTV.
Yeah.
I don't think he's on there anymore, but he was OG.
Don't watch AFTV.
And then don't be shy. What's the top?
Sorry, the top one. Yeah, just me, Luca, and Eric. And Eric's ball knowledge is like. I mean, you would have seen Eric, the
Canadian.
Liam Miller.
Yeah.
They're probably friends. They probably know
each other.
He probably knows every club he's ever been at.
Yeah.
Every single season, his statistic. Yeah, he's just fake when it comes to that sort of stuff. But yeah, we're on par then.
I think that's fair.
Let's go.
You boys are high.
Where would you be? I'd have you probably in the
below
Robbie,
you two.
The Robbie and Theo Baker tier. Probably.
Yeah, pretty low. I don't claim high ball knowledge. You'd
be in solid takes.
Yeah, it depends. Us Liverpool fans, they might say differently.
Yeah, but everyone's got their.
You've got to make a mistake in life.
What fan base hates you? Do you have any like?
Oh, that's a good question.
I feel like you've got to have. Everyone has one group of fans who doesn't like them.
And what's your worst takes of all time? Mine was Arnie Slot to be poor at Liverpool, which has aged quite well, but that was definitely my worst.
My worst take ever. I did claim, and I was very strong on it, that Cambiaso was the best fullback in the world. And at the time, I genuinely believed it. Now, I don't. But at the time, I genuinely might have taken a bullet for Cambiaso.
Okay. But I like that because that's
I
love
you've got to believe in something.
I said Liverpool wouldn't win the league last year, and I was like quite bullish on it. But like, that's, I don't know. I'm sure some people will have
Someone's got to dig one out.
Someone will have them. Nothing like repeatedly comes up for me. I don't get anything clipped in the same.
You don't. Yeah, you don't. You haven't really said a lot of silly things.
Last year was bad with the Arnie Slot for me. It was all the time. Every time they won a game, it was just like 30 DMs.
It's because you were like you were cutting. I would say.
Yeah.
You went.
What were your words?
I said something along the lines of Arnie who, and then I was like, how's he going to take over from Klopp? I don't see it. The squad's not in a good place.
Season.
You were just a year. Last year was basically Klopp.
I would basically say last year was basically Klopp, but Arnie Slot did prove me wrong. Also, like everyone else was so poor last year.
Yeah, it was a low-level Premier League season.
Kind of is now.
It is as well this season, to be honest.
It is.
Honestly, guys, I still feel so bad. I didn't realise we were filming.
You don't need to feel bad.
Genuinely, boys.
I'm sure that Jacob had the camera on us.
I think the camera's on all of us.
It builds suspense, like they don't know you're here.
I thought you were going to go, yeah, now it's time to film.
Yo, guys, welcome back to the podcast. We do actually have some admin to do before we start.
Yeah, we
start waffling. The support on the pod's been fantastic recently.
Yeah,
please do follow us on Spotify. We're getting notifications from Spotify being like, "Whoa, you got loads of listeners, but why no followers?"
Yeah, what's all that about?
Not no followers, but
I get it though. I don't think I would follow.
Do you follow the
Nearly
Men?
No. I will now. I'll get the numbers up, but I don't follow I don't follow a lot of accounts these days.
No,
but if you are listening,
please do follow.
Because it makes a big difference.
I like the new profile picture, guys. By the way,
thank you.
I do like it.
Everything has changed really since you last came on.
The new studio. The table was over here, I believe. It was a round table.
Yeah,
sort of,
we basically got you on, and then we blew up. Got loads of money.
Yeah.
We were
from you,
from me. Oh yeah, basically, my story about Juventus. Made you so much money, You bought this football.
It's real. That's a real football. Last year's Premier League football, by the way.
Oh, very nice.
Is it last year's or is it?
I think it's last year's.
Because they keep changing. God, this is stressful.
Yeah, I don't
they keep changing the ball. I don't really. The one at the moment is like the Conference League ball.
It's yellow, isn't it?
No, it's like what?
Has it gone back to white? It was yellow.
I'll be honest, guys. This is no disrespect, but I think the Nike balls were
better than the Pumas.
Yeah, for Premier League, I think Nike's just heritage.
I agree with that. The little retro ones they brought back last season was so sick.
Yeah,
were they Nike?
A few of them.
Yeah, like the T90.
Oh yeah, the blue line around it. Yeah,
cool. I really like those.
Yeah, they're
so
good footballs.
Cool. I really enjoyed it.
My favourite ball of all time, football, is the Premier League.
Clarifying.
15-16 one. You remember like the red fading into white?
Okay.
Oh, do you remember that?
No, I don't like that one.
You don't?
No.
I think that's the greatest Prem football ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, that's not for me.
I think the T90 is the greatest.
Put a picture up on screen when post-edit. Yeah, this is the greatest ball ever. You don't think?
That can't talk to the T90, man.
I like the season after.
Maybe it's my generation, but...
The 16-17 that had a bit of like a purple, yellow kind of like fade on it.
Yeah, but the 15-16 was kind of similar though. You don't think?
Also like 03-04 like that.
Well, I like the Euros 2004 ball, the silver.
That's the best one.
Very cool. All silver.
Well, Italy in Euro 2004.
Yeah.
It must have been. That was like prime Italy.
Yeah, Italy in that period is strong, bro. I think when it comes to international balls, though, for me, the Bazooka. That's got a special place.
Really?
Really?
Mate, that is so like that's like your equivalent of the 2004 ball in terms of like.
Yeah, I guess so.
Bazooka. That's
I was
again,
so
that just doesn't do
random.
it.
Doesn't even sit in my memory.
I was in year 5 that period, so
Year 5.
I guess
mad.
that's why. I don't know. It's just
2014.
earliest memories of football. Yeah, like 2010 was like the first World Cup I remember, but like only like glimpses. Like I
That's
remember
crazy.
the final. I remember Puyol's goal in the semis. But 2014 was like the first World Cup I remember
You like
vividly.
lock it in on,
yeah.
Mm.
And the Bazooka ball was. I don't know. That World Cup was just perfect. The gold.
It
You remember
was
the gold
good.
Hypervenom's Neymar wall?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a good World Cup. I think 2010 World Cup is seriously overrated
overrated.
in terms of the football.
Yeah.
Obviously, culturally, it's sick. Like Africa First World Cup.
Yeah.
The whole
Great
fanfare
song.
around it. Brilliant
Very
song.
good
But
soundtrack.
the actual football, like, if you sit down and watch the game, it's just not good. Nothing really happens. Oh,
Oh,
Shout out Siri.
Siri, come
Siri
on, bro.
piping up.
I think 2018 best World Cup ever football-wise.
Hold on, let me.
Do you think?
That was quality, mate. Especially early on. All the group games were just
2018?
brilliant. Yeah. That summer was just the best.
I think 2022 maybe quality-wise was the best I'd seen. Don't you think? Like 2018.
2018 just has
I
something.
can't remember the group games too well.
There was just loads of drama. I remember I like, right, I'm going to watch every game. And every game was watchable. I feel like a lot of the time in World Cups, it's just kind of dead.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Hopefully we'll run it back
Yeah,
this summer.
Do you think we'll have that this summer?
Well, you know who won't be running
Entertaining
it back
games.
this summer?
Is this why you guys got me on the pod?
Italy.
I actually
Just
don't.
bully me?
I don't think we should go down this route with you.
No.
I feel like you must be so traumatized.
You
You must have spent the last 2 weeks of your life doing this every day.
Bro, honestly, it feels like it was last year, that game against Bosnia.
We're not gonna grill you on it. I will say something's quite funny. So the night that this happened, there was a TikTok event which you were invited to. You didn't go to.
I refused to.
You refused to
turn
go
up,
because you were
Out
gonna.
of an act of solidarity.
You were watching the Italy game. So we were watching the game like on our phone and following the score.
Yeah.
When Italy lost, everyone is refreshing Luca's TikTok on YouTube. They're like, "Where's Luca? Well, I need to see the video." It was a fascinating like you must know when Italy lose. They're like, "Oh fucking hell, here we go."
Do you know what it is, with Italy? Whether they do good or bad, the views are mental. I don't know what it is when it comes to the national team. The views are always good. Like,
It's because you're a massive
big
country.
name, yeah, and there's a lot of like
Yeah.
English-speaking Italians out there in Canada and America, so it always does well. But I remember after the Bosnia loss, I kept getting atted in the group. Rory was a little bit, it was a bit too much on the Red Bulls. Let's say.
Rory was seriously piping up, having not watched any of the game.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I remember I saw his comment on my previous video. I hadn't uploaded the TikTok yet, and it was like, I think it was like something like who's joining the waiting room or something like that. And it must have had thousands of likes. This comment, like 10,000 likes.
Everyone's in the COD lobby readying up.
Everyone's just waiting.
We're ready for it, man.
Vote to skip.
I was just depressed, guys. Like
I mean, mate,
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
we've all been
man.
there.
I remember
Not England, but-
I was
We have.
I was so angry.
Yeah, it's different. Kind of,
2008.
yeah.
I was so angry. I remember my dad. I felt so sorry. He tried to hug me to console me, and I just was like, I said no. I just said no.
Big
And then I
question.
went to apologise to him in the middle of the night. He was fine. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like it was just in that moment. Like, I felt so bad. Like I just told my dad, no, don't hug me. This is not the moment.
Yeah.
Not until the Baggio files are released.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Then
yeah.
we can hug.
Speaking of Baggio, Luca,
Mate, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Really? There
That
you
was
go.
so cool.
that's
Okay.
really cool.
That
Was
was good
that
Filmed
planned
with Roberto
before
Baggio.
Italy lost in the playoffs?
Okay.
And were you panicking that it was going to get
Do
cancelled?
you know what this whole thing was, right? I remember when we lost to Bosnia, the day after, a lot of that talking point was the Baggio files, right?
Yeah.
The things that he came out with in 2011, like this plan to save Italian football. I remember I made a YouTube video that like release the Baggio files. And funny thing is, I ended up on Slovenian news. There's a clip of me on Slovenian news just saying, release the Baggio files. I want them tonight.
It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It's crazy.
And I remember, right, the Baggio interview happened in January.
Oh, really?
So it was at the
Well,
start of
Oh,
the year.
mad.
Yeah.
And I couldn't post about it until they released the clips, right? That
Yeah.
was the agreement with the company. And the problem was the whole Baggio files thing completely blew up after the Bosnia game. And I think it was...
For context, the Baggio files are like he wrote a 900-page document, a manifesto on the
exactly.
problems with Italian football and that.
and how to solve them in 20.
But they obviously never.
No, they rejected
No one
them.
saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think they've been released to the public. That's why I made a video.
Yeah,
Like,
so
I demanded
Release
them.
the files.
I demand. And do you know what it is? I was thinking about it, right? Maybe it's just because like my generation is lazy, relying on ChatGPT, right? But do you know how much dedication you have to write a 900-page
Oh,
manifesto manifesto.
That's what I thought. I'm like, with all due respect to Baggio, has he got that in the locker to write 900 pages? That's a lot.
Is there enough pages? And how can there be that much to cover?
How many pictures are there?
Like, we're shit. Fix the stadiums, develop the youth, stop the corruption.
Done. Just like 4 pages maybe. 900.
Just loads of pictures of him in his career afterwards.
So imagine like you're Baggio and I'm the president. You come to me with this like 900-page manifesto like that or something, and I just go, to be honest, mate, that's just a bit long to read. I'm not feeling it.
Yeah. So at Grok summarise what this
is. Anyway, I think we would have won like 3 World Cups in a row had that obviously been approved, that manifesto. No, but yeah, so I recorded it in January. It got released maybe last week, and I completely forgot about the Baggio file. So all my comments were like, bro, got the Baggio files, bro, the Baggio.
That's good.
I was like, that's incredible. Like, it was hilarious. But
great timing.
Yeah. Unfortunately, guys, I don't have the files on me. We can't leak them live on the pod.
You would say that, do you know what I mean? That's exactly what somebody who does have the Baggio files.
Did he have the files on it? Did he turn up to the shoot with a big binder?
You know what? I didn't see any files, but maybe he had them like hidden away or something, guys.
That is unreal. Is he Italy's best ever player?
Yeah, I think he's widely regarded as the greatest. I mean, to be honest, it's quite hard to pinpoint. Like, some people would say Buffon because of how good he is in his role, and Maldini because of how good he is in his role. But in terms of like attackers, pure talent, yeah, it's Baggio for sure. But he's just like loved by everyone. Obviously, he played for all the rivals. He played for everyone pretty much in Italy. And
classic Italian.
That happens so much in Syria.
Yeah, it's just pretty normal. Yeah. I don't know, guys. Like, I feel like in England, it just doesn't really happen. And if you do move from one rival club to another, you're just hated.
Raheem Sterling's probably the best example. He's done Arsenal, Chelsea, City, Liverpool.
He has. But I remember when he went from Liverpool to City, he was hated.
He was hated.
Oh, look at the Sol Campbell move. I mean, that's how that goes down in this country.
He also was a knob about it.
Yeah.
He really rubbed it in. Kind of respect it. Final question on Italy, which leads us on to the next point of the pod.
Are we going to qualify for the next World Cup? Is that your question, bro?
No. Did Italy bottle it?
Yeah, of course.
What do you think makes a bottle a bottle?
That's a great question.
How would you define a bottle?
Yeah,
we're talking not about.
You could ask Arteta for a good response.
Whoa, early shot. That's where we're gonna go.
No, we bottled it because this is no disrespect to Bosnia, but we have a much better team than them.
Of course.
Like, when you talk about individual mistakes, Bastoni getting sent off, why is he making that challenge in that moment? He wasn't even. Just let him go in on goal. Even then, he had a tight angle, and you got Donnarumma in goal. Like, come on, man. In terms of like Gattuso as well, the squad selection was horror. The fact that he didn't try different teams, different 11s in the group stage games when you knew Norway were going to top the group anyway. He never called up Coyote. He never tried to bring back or tried to really reintegrate some of the young players in the team as well. So I just think individual mistakes like that. The fact that when we went down to 10 men, we let Bosnia have the ball for the rest of the game and just dominate us. Like, I was watching Barca Atleti last week. Barca went down to 10 men. It seemed like Atleti were down to 10 men. Like, there's different cultures, right? And yeah, I would say we bottled it, man, to be honest.
The first thing I saw, I switched that game on. The first thing I saw was Gattuso with Buffon behind him, and then, correct me if I'm wrong, but Bonucci. Yeah. And I just went, that's an issue. As a non-Italian football fan, I just saw it and went, you can't have three. Like, it just, when would that work? It's like Gerrard thing, isn't it? It's like having Scholes, Nicky Butt, and Roy, Gary Neville managing England. I'd be like, this is a shambles.
Yeah, it would be a good podcast. But in terms of like motivating, I think that also puts like a lot of additional pressure on them, because you've got Buffon, who's won a World Cup for Italy, one of the greatest Italians of all time. You've got Bonucci, who's won a Euros, and it's like, that's just looping over your head again. Like, oh, we have to make this World Cup, guys. Like, I don't know. I just think the Italian Federation needs a whole revamp. I think the president has to be Maldini. I think he has to. I think it has to be an ex-player, someone who's got fresh, new ideas. I think even the coach is so important to select the right coach.
Has he gone, Gattuso?
Yeah. I think Italy, we're quite blessed though. We have a lot of good managers. So, and it will always be an Italian. I don't think it will ever be like a situation where like Tuchel took over England. I don't think Italy will ever appoint a foreign manager.
You have enough good managers though.
That's the thing. We don't need to. We're really blessed in that sense. But yeah, guys, unfortunately, I'm still not over it. I don't think I'll be over it until the World Cup final whistle blows and I can look to 2030.
Where's 2030? Is that the one that's in like 47
It's in Morocco,
places?
Portugal, Spain.
But it's also in South America.
Yeah. No.
No, it does. Some of the games are in
2030.
Yeah. So some of the opening games are in South America because it's the 100-year anniversary of the World Cup. Also, it works out really well because that then means they've ticked off 3 continents in one World Cup, which means the next one can be in Asia. So Saudi Arabia can have it.
Well, Saudi Arabia
hasn't that worked out so well?
That's convenient.
Bro, it's all mental, honestly. The amount of countries, the amount of different locations they have, it doesn't make sense, man.
Spain, Morocco would be quite cool, but it is. I mean, the whole thing is like, okay,
it's a bit Mickey Mouse.
Who's your picks for the World Cup?
2034, you mean? Or?
No, 20...
I think Italy by that point, bro, we might be back. I also was reading, just to interrupt quickly, apparently we're bidding for the 2038 World Cup, so we will be
That'd
there.
be sick.
We will be there.
That'd be really sick. Yeah, you can't.
We
You
will
can't
be there no
knock
matter
off
what.
that one.
I'll be what, 34, 35? We will be there.
I'm not feeling great about the World Cup for England right now, actually.
I feel the most negative I felt
scare me
in probably the last 8 years as an England fan. I just look at it, I just go, I don't think we have a chance.
Yeah.
I don't think we have a... Before I was like, it's us or maybe 3 others. Now I just... I don't know. There's no spark.
Where would you rank England in terms of favourites? Top 3?
Fifth
top 4?
now?
Fifth
or
Nah,
sixth?
I'd say 3. Top
4th?
3.
Well, Spain
and France I'd have above us.
Spain, France. Would you put Argentina up there
I
still?
would put Argentina.
Well,
Just
it
for
depends if Messi's in it, because he's still not confirmed he's going to be in it
Nah,
yet.
he'll be
He's
there.
there.
He's washed me anyway. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe we probably are the 4th best team on paper.
Because Brazil are so
But
poor.
also the America...
Brazil are really unbalanced.
I feel like the geography always makes a big difference at World Cups. Like where it is. Although, to be fair, Germany won in Brazil, didn't they? So maybe it's not everything.
That was a great team, though.
Yeah.
Germany 2014 were really stacked. I think England are probably 4th favourite on paper. Maybe you could argue 3rd, but I just think Argentina, with the heritage, the way that they play, I think they're more organised. I think the team is just more structured than England. There's still a lot of question marks about what the 11 will be, who's even going on the plane. I think it's good to have a lot of talent, but it can also harm you. A bit like France. That's why I don't think France are the number 1 favourite.
I agree with that. I think France are too stacked. It's just too stacked.
Too much talent.
I think the thing with England, people debate the starting 11. Obviously, I do it the whole time, but like it's pretty much set.
Yeah,
as injuries permitting. Like there's probably like that you don't really left back and left wing possibly. Every other position is locked in, whether we debate it or not.
Even like the people like who's going to get on the plane. There's still a lot of question marks around certain players on that. I think.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is a good problem to have. You want talent, of course. I wish Italy had more of those problems, but at the same time, I feel like whenever you look at teams that have won an international tournament, it's not always the best team on paper. Because I think if it was, France would have probably won every tournament since Euro 2016. It's just the most well drilled, well organised. You basically want to be a club side, but it's so hard to be a club side on the international stage because you don't train, you don't play often. So the closest to a club side will always win.
I feel that with Italy when you beat us, because I think like of that sort of 3 of Buffon and obviously Chiellini and Bonucci, it's like they just feel like a club team. Yeah, they're just like that. Yeah,
Buffon wasn't there though. It was Donnarumma.
But there was like the spark.
But yeah, it just feels like that. Like it just feels. Do you know what? Even though in my head, it felt like that was Buffon. It just feels like a unit.
Buffon, that tournament.
Yeah,
anyway.
man. But you know what I mean? It's like when I look at Italy in that tournament, I just think club team, right? That's how they fit.
That's the thing.
Play.
Good manager as well. Though. Like I think England.
Hey, we had Mancini.
Do England have the best manager at the World Cup?
Ooh.
Probably. Is Tuchel better than Nagelsmann?
He's not better than Ancelotti.
Yeah,
or is he?
That's true. Overall, definitely not.
So Deschamps is a good international tournament manager too. But the thing is with Tuchel is like, when it comes to the club side, he's probably second to Ancelotti. When it comes to club football, innit?
He's won the Champions League.
Yeah,
with a Mount, Havertz, Werner front 3.
Yeah, but I never. A lot of people have won the Champions League. Doesn't mean they're good managers.
No, but he did.
Does it?
No, it's a good point. But Tuchel didn't have a good run.
No, he's a good manager.
Tuchel had a good run in that 21.
He did well.
Yeah, got to the final with PSG, didn't he as well?
Yeah,
was he the manager when?
Sorry.
Yeah, 1920 COVID season.
Manager, but
and they should have won that. Neymar.
Yeah, they could have. Mbappe missed that big chance in the final, but even then, Bayern was a strong team. There's no shame in losing to that Bayern Munich team.
Did PSG bottle it?
Yeah, should we get on to our main topic of the pod?
Yeah.
What is it?
The 1920
topic about 1920 PSG. Interesting.
The main topic of today is the word bottle.
Ooh, okay.
It's thrown around a lot.
Why'd you say that, Ollie?
Because
where's that come from?
There's a certain team in the Premier League who are being accused of bottling it right now.
Fulham. Bottling 7th Conference League.
Up to Fulham.
We're bottling it, man. We could have got a result at Liverpool. And we're not talking Fulham.
No, we're not talking about Fulham.
Oh, fine.
Shut up.
Sorry.
We're talking about Arsenal, obviously.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
What is a bottle? Can you bottle the quadruple?
You can if you're almost. I feel like the way to bottle the
set
quadruple.
That up so pro Arsenal. That is gross from you.
I'm just asking. I'm asking.
I'll give you a good response here. The way to bottle a quadruple is if you lose in the FA Cup final, Carabao Cup final, Champions League final, Premier League on like maybe the last match day or towards the last, while being the favourites for all 4. And just maybe going up in the game, like being 2-0 up in the Carabao Cup final, losing 3-0 up in the FA Cup final, losing. It's really hard to bottle a quadruple. I don't even think this Arsenal team will ever really on for the quadruple, if I'm being honest.
I think a big part of bottling is the pre-existing expectations of the team.
That's true.
So Arsenal were not favourites. I don't think Arsenal were favourites for the league before the season started. Do correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I think
Probably
Liverpool
not.
were widely
probably
regarded.
top. Have Liverpool bottled the league this year?
They didn't bottle. They've just been awful.
It's so vague.
Yeah, because they were never in control.
They've not bottled it. They've just been bad.
To bottle it, they'd have to be there and then.
They were never in control of the league, so they didn't bottle it. If
exactly.
Arsenal lose the league, then that's 1,000,000% a bottle job.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
But the thing is, there's still six games left, or 7 games left.
There's 7. They have 6,
and
Man
City have 7.
Yeah,
that's the thing. So like the season's not over. So like I know everyone's tweeting and talking about Arsenal bottling it, but again, like it's not over yet.
If Arsenal, I'm just going to rattle off some questions.
Go on.
If Arsenal lose to City on Sunday,
yes, they lose the league.
Is that a bottle?
No, because it's not over yet.
It's not a bottle to lose at City.
Can you bottle one game?
Well, yeah, you can bottle a final.
Yeah. Did they bottle it in the League Cup final?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Because I think it's not about. This is where we're going deep. I think they could have lost that. I think they could have lost that League Cup final, but played a certain way.
Yeah.
So if they lost that League Cup final 3-2, but they played like a really aggressive, we're the team to beat here. But when you go into games like I saw Gary Neville sum it up brilliantly. It was like Cherky's whole like pantomime villain attitude, but he's doing kick-ups, he's smiling, he's goading the crowd. He doesn't look like he's playing for a Premier League title. But when you see Arsenal players in the same position, scared on the ball,
100%.
passing backwards, not taking risks, nerves, not smiling, like that sort of attitude plays a big part in bottle culture or bottle terminology.
Bottle terminology is it's got to be rooted in like the fear of losing something that you should have.
Yeah.
Sure.
Or already have. So like that's why I'm like, you can't bottle a quad because no one's ever won the quadruple.
No, you can't bottle a quadruple.
But I will say though, you can bottle. Like let's say Madrid 23-24, right? Looking back, I think they bottled the treble. I think that was the best chance in their club's history to win all 3 trophies.
So
for example,
won the Champions.
They won the Champions League, they won the league, and they lost the Copa del Rey. But Madrid have never won the treble. Let's be honest. For an expectation of the biggest club in the world, they should have a treble.
Yeah, definitely.
Like looking back, they bottled the treble that year because I thought they were quite comfortably the best team in the world that year.
Yeah.
So, but this Arsenal team, I don't think they're comfortably the best team in the world.
They're not.
Firstly,
No, they're not.
There have been points of the season where you could make the case, that this team might be the best team in the world, but I think if Arsenal fans look, the thing is, right, in a few years' time, if Arsenal walk away with the Premier League, I think obviously all their fans will take it. They might be a bit frustrated that they didn't win another trophy on top of it, maybe like an FA Cup or something like that. But it won't be the end of the world, especially when you put context to it. This is Arsenal, like a massive club, 100%. But of course they're going to just take the Premier League if you offer it to them.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a Real Madrid. It's not the same situation.
Of course.
But I think if they lose against City, man, I think it might be over.
Do either of you believe they can win that game?
Yeah, they can.
Because I don't hear anyone talking about they could win it and they could effectively win the league. They go 9 points clear, right?
Even if they don't lose it, and we will do a full preview, by the way, of Man City Arsenal. We're going to release a bonus episode this week on Friday.
Interesting.
We've never done it.
We're trialing a new segment, even more of a reason to follow.
Exactly. Loop back round. I like that a lot. Also, they could just not, as long as they don't lose. If they don't lose to City, they can afford to slip up again, and City have to win every game for the rest of the season.
If they go there and just play that horrendously scared,
you can't. You'll lose.
You'll lose, or even if you don't, I still think it's like. I still feel like City are going to come out and then even more fire.
You have to go to win.
Go and play well.
Yeah, you have to go
and play.
I saw Gary Neville on his I love the Gary Neville podcast, by the way, when he does it like...
it's good.
So good. And he was speaking about how, he was like, this is actually... I know City is 6 points off, but he was like, this is set up so beautifully for City. Like, playing Arsenal at home, at the moment, on Sunday, like, all the pressure is on Arsenal. Even though all the expectation is City will win, all the pressure is somehow, like, on Arsenal. Does that make sense? Yeah. Feels like City just have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
No, they don't. City, not once have City been in control of the Premier League this year.
No.
It's not been in their hands. So they have nothing to lose, everything to gain.
Yeah.
They're also League Cup champions. They're probably going to get to that.
They're
probably going to win the Cup.
Probably win it,
So they've probably already got 2 trophies.
Out of the Champions League.
So, and they've all won how many Prems? It's only like Gay and Semenyo who haven't got a Prem.
Yeah, like Cherky. Some of the new signings.
No, quite a lot of them don't. Mateus Nunes.
Kushyanov, I guess.
Yeah. O'Reilly.
It's quite...
Donnarumma. But Donnarumma, I suppose he's won everything.
I think with City, right, I think City have the perfect blend. Because you look at the Arsenal team, there's talent, of course, but there's such a lack of experience in getting over the line and lifting silverware. That City team has a very good balance of match winners, which I think Arsenal don't actually have. I think their attack is actually quite poor compared to City, especially. Yeah. But they have a lot of experience. Like, Haaland is young, but he's experienced. Juju in goal is experienced. Like, whoever you want to say, Rodri, experience. They got experience in there, which will help just platform and relieve the pressure off those players like Cherki. And Rodri will be like, obviously this isn't, I'm not speaking like literally, but metaphorically, I'll take all the pressure. Like Rodri, Haaland, the experienced players. You just play. You play with freedom, like Cherki did at the weekend. Yeah. And you see the difference he makes. Yeah. Arsenal, there's so much pressure on the manager, on the fans are putting on have a lot of pressure and put a lot of pressure on the team. The players, there's so much pressure around all of them. And if you look at the players, like, they're quite inexperienced. They are.
But I said this before when we spoke about Palace winning the cup. Obviously, I have to bring this up when it comes to bottling. Man City bottled that final, by the way. Haaland bottled the penalty. You have experience. You don't have experience winning titles until you do. Does that make sense?
There's a first time for everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think the Premier League is probably the worst tournament to like try and be the first to win because it's the hardest to win.
It's very tough.
And that's what we spoke about before the League Cup final. Like, ultimately, the League Cup doesn't move the needle for either team, but it does. If Arsenal were to win that, it's like, okay, we've won something. Yeah, and it doesn't matter what it is. We have won something, and we've beaten Man City to it.
And that's the most important thing, I think, guys, because that Carabao Cup final gave City a massive mental win. Yeah, and I think it had a massive mental block effect on Arsenal because after that, they struggled even the Champions League. They weren't brilliant against Leverkusen. They've got over the line. They weren't good against Sporting. They've played really poorly since that Carabao Cup final. And I think that was a huge win, not only on the pitch for City, but a mental win. They're like, okay, we're 1-0 up against Arsenal here. We have them on the ropes. Let's kind of just see what happens. And since then, City have really kicked off, battered Liverpool 4-0. Apart from the Champions League, right?
I mean, Liverpool do stink.
They do stink.
No offence.
Yeah,
it's a massive statement win, though. It's a massive win. It is a massive win. But yeah, I think right now City, they might be in the driving seat. Mentally, they're definitely in the driving seat
mentally. So in every great comeback in football, do you think there is an element of bottle from the team that has
that's a good
been
question.
winning?
Well, let's go through some of them.
Istanbul
Champions League.
They have to bottle it.
They have to bottle it.
Of course,
that team was stacked, and that Liverpool team was mid. Yeah.
But that's 3-0 up. In Italy, is that game remembered as a Milan bottle?
That game is remembered as one of the most embarrassing things in Italian football history.
Really? Wow. That's so interesting.
I'm not surprised.
You only view it from the English perspective, which is obviously that it was an incredible comeback.
Yeah, Steven Gerrard's header. Oh my God,
that
amazing.
Liverpool team in Italy is regarded as a Mickey Mouse team.
I mean, it was.
Yeah, let's just say it as it is. It's one of the worst Champions League winning sides ever. It's a fact. And that AC Milan team had absolutely zero right to lose to that Liverpool team. The AC Milan team was stacked. Like, there was literally legends everywhere.
I don't think it would be remembered as badly in Italy, correct me if I'm wrong, if they just lost 2-1 or something. But the fact they went 3-0 up against a bad team and then bottle it,
that makes it worse. It still would have been embarrassing had they lost 2-1 or 1-0 to that Liverpool team, or even on pens. Like, it's still
that's S-tier bottle then. That's the top of it. That's the top of our table.
I feel like that is the biggest bottle ever.
Number one.
Is that bigger than the La Remontada? PSG, Barcelona.
No, that's up there as well.
That is
6-1, wasn't it?
That's just on paper, right? That Barca team's obviously better than PSG, but when you're 4-0 up on aggregate,
it's crazy.
I will say, I think that's less of a bottle than that though, because it's 2 legs. It's at the Camp Nou.
I would agree with that. It's not beyond the realms of possibility for Barcelona to put like 6 goals past PSG at the Camp Nou, whereas it should be beyond the realms of possibility for Liverpool to do that.
I think of Italian defence, like you're 3-0 up.
Yeah, with that defence,
you then ship 3. Like,
that's the thing with that defence too. I think it was like Nesta, Stam, Cafu, Maldini. Come on, man. Like,
it's mental.
Ridiculous.
You can't be doing that.
Liverpool, Barcelona.
Yeah, that's
Champions League. So we could go both semi-finals because they're both big comebacks. Liverpool 4, Barcelona 0. Is that more a good Liverpool comeback or a Barcelona bottle? I think that is a massive. You know what that is? That's an enforced bottle.
Yeah, Liverpool was stacked.
Liverpool just bullied Barca into bottling it.
I like these conversations because you have to appreciate the comeback. Like even Liverpool, I have to appreciate their comeback against AC Milan. But that was that. I think if you had to place it on like a scale, it would fall more on the bottle side.
Yes.
So this Liverpool Barca
on the bottle spectrum.
On the bottle spectrum.
Not a bottle.
This isn't a tier list.
A total bottle.
It swings to the bottle.
We'll just place it at various points.
So Liverpool
Every game of football is on the bottle spectrum somewhere.
At some point, yeah.
It's our job to find out where.
So Liverpool Barca, you're saying it's more Liverpool?
I think it's like actually kind of somewhere in the middle.
So bang on.
Mate, it's definitely.
I don't see it as a bottle. Yeah, I feel like that Liverpool team's so good.
But they had no Salah or Firmino.
And they're 3-0
True,
up.
Origi, yeah.
That's a good point.
It was Shaqiri, Mane, Origi front.
And they went.
That does change it. It's moved.
And Barca didn't play at all.
They didn't.
They didn't create anything. Messi, and as much as Messi was the best player in the world that season, he wasn't involved in the game whatsoever.
Yeah. For Barca to not score in a game when you've got...
And you're 3-0 up.
Yeah,
it is. I mean, it's definitely a bottle. It's just where does it...
The chance missed in the first leg, the Dembele
one.
Oh, right at the end.
Got to fight that.
Is that the one where Messi does the forward flip?
And he just cuts it back.
He does like a little forwards roll and he's like,
Ajax Spurs the following night.
Big bottle.
Huge
bottle.
That
is a bottle.
Also, when you're against Spurs... Hey, that's up the
come on.
Like, you can't let them, the bottlers as well, out-bottle you. Like, that doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's crazy.
100%.
Also, like, Ajax was so much better than Spurs for the first 3 quarters of that tie.
Yeah,
they dominated them at Tottenham, and the first half they were just all over them.
Yeah.
That is right up there on the bottle.
Yeah, it has to be
on the bottle spectrum.
And they knocked out Madrid and Juventus, Ajax before that.
Yeah,
and then they lose to Spurs.
Yeah,
No
bottle.
Yeah,
no Harry Kane for Spurs.
No Harry Kane.
No, and they lost
big
one.
one.
Nah, that's huge. That's huge.
Talking of Spurs, Battle of the Bridge. Chelsea 2, Spurs 2.
Yeah. But that was Chelsea's season where they were like 12th or something.
Yeah.
Like, they were awful.
I don't think that's a bottle because I think that season, I just think it was Leicester's. Like, you look at Arsenal and Spurs, the second and third best teams in the Premier League, they were miles off it.
I disagree though. I think like Spurs.
You really think it was close?
I think Spurs they should have won that league.
They had that better
and I
team
think they
on
played
paper,
the occasion against Chelsea rather than the game. Like they got so hooked
you
into what
that
this
game.
is.
Spurs just
like, all the nasty little afters and
lost
and like they're biting on everything, and it's like all you need there is a leader to be like,
calm it
play
down.
the game,
calm down,
stop doing this, calm down.
But let me ask you
just
this then: had they beaten Chelsea, you think they would have won the league, Tottenham?
No.
So then, would you say that's a bottle?
They bottled that game.
So you're just looking at the game, not the season.
I think they could have. I think they could have won the league with that. I think with that Spurs team,
Leicester rolled at the end of that season. They really did.
I think it changes. I mean, it's hindsight. Who knows? I think they could have. Is my answer to
that. Is this an unpopular opinion? I think Arsenal should have won that league.
Is that the season where Ozil just set up Giroud about 100 times?
They're the most incompetent striker.
Ozil had like 18 assists in the league.
Arsenal did the double over Leicester that season.
Yeah, they're the only team to have beaten Leicester both times.
They probably should have.
I think Arsenal should have won that season, like that league title.
That was a big opportunity that they missed. Yeah, definitely. Did Arsenal bottle the league in the last 3 seasons?
Let's go through them.
22-23.
No, they had no pressure on them. They played really good football. Young team, and
treble winners, City up against
not
a bottle.
Yeah.
I think they did bottle it, but it's completely understandable that they bottled it.
Yeah.
Like, was that the season Rodri when they played and Rodri scored and he slid down the corner? Was that before that?
No, that was
the
Emirates.
Before.
That was a season where Holding went to the Etihad. De Bruyne scored.
That really good goal.
Ridiculous. I think he might have scored a brace actually in that game, but he scored one insane one.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll be real. That season also because there was no pressure on Arsenal that year.
Yeah.
It was like, you know what, this is like a really good season for Arsenal despite it. But I think 23-24, even then, I think Arsenal only lost 1 game in the new year. City were just perfect in the league. De Bruyne came back from injury.
It was like they last 19 games. I saw it earlier actually. Last 19 games, Arsenal won 17 of them.
Yeah.
Drew at the Etihad and then lost home to
We've
Villa.
had Rory on here and he said that exact point.
I think they did bottle the Villa game because that day... I think that was the only time in the whole back half of the year where the title was in Arsenal's hands because basically Liverpool were top for people forget this. Liverpool were top till like April, but then Palace beat them at Anfield, and Arsenal played Villa later that day.
What period was this? April time.
This is like April, and if Arsenal beat Villa, they go top and the title's in their hands, and they lost at home to Villa. Damn. I think they bottled that.
But then, like you said, they were on that unbelievable run. So you lose one game out of like 20.
Can't blame them.
City were just too perfect, basically.
Is it correlation or causation that the one game they lost was also possibly their biggest of the season?
Yeah.
I get what you mean. 24-25.
No, I don't think they bought it.
But I just think they should have done way better. I just think they were bad for their standards. Like the fact that they didn't even challenge Liverpool for me was a big problem. Like I'm not a big fan of Arteta. I made this very clear. But over his tenure, I think this season, if he doesn't win the league this season, it's a massive disgrace. But last season, I think was his best chance to win the league. Like going into the season, does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah.
Because City went at it. Oh, I don't think last season was a bottle because
it wasn't a bottle.
because they never got going.
Yes.
Key part of a bottle is you have to show that you are you can be really good
and you should win.
And I think Arsenal are doing that textbook right now actually, in that they started the season well, and for a while people are like, these guys are by far the best team in the league in terms of defensively, blah blah blah, and they are gradually getting worse as the pressure goes up. There is a direct correlation between pressure and performance levels.
But this has affected them for years.
Yes.
I think even this stems deeper than Arteta. Like, this has been going on for like 15 years with Arsenal. And the problem with Arsenal is they are a very big club, but I think the fans have almost accepted a lot of mediocrity because, you know what? How do I explain it? Like, you know, when you're in your comfort zone and you're just happy with where you're at. I think Arsenal fans especially should be a bit more critical that in the last few years, you've had one of, if not, like, let's be honest, every season, like a top 2 team in England, you should have won a trophy.
Yeah, they should have won something, definitely.
They need to, I think it's not a bad thing to be impatient. Like, and there should be question marks around Arteta. As good as he is and as good as he's risen them up the table, there needs to be a point where, like, we need to win now.
There's such a weird, like, they're such a weird team.
Do you know who they remind me of? Hey. England. Yeah, I think there's a real correlation where when the pressure's on, like last tournament, the Euros, you could say that's like how badly we played to get to that final against Spain. And you're looking at that now with Arsenal, you're saying they're the same sort of team, really. Like, as soon as the pressure increases, the football gets worse and we start panicking.
Again, and this is another key part of the bottle, is pressure. The pressure on Arsenal is so high.
Yeah,
it is so high on them, especially this season, to win something. I can't remember a team that's like under this much pressure to win a
Premier League, especially a Premier League.
Premier League.
Maybe Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Maybe with Klopp, they needed
Liverpool with Klopp.
Yeah,
97, 98 points.
They didn't really do anything wrong.
No, they didn't. City were just too good.
Again, this is an important caveat. People are like, well, if you don't win the league, you failed. You bottled it. But like Liverpool didn't bottle it
with 97 points. Yeah. Not a chance they bottled it.
No, but they were never more in control than City, though, like you said. Like, when you talk about control, in the 17-18 and 18-19 season, they weren't in control of the league. It was always City.
No. Yeah.
So that's why they didn't bottle it.
Exactly.
But they also won the Champions League in 18-19.
Yeah, that helps.
It's like, if Arsenal lose let's say Arsenal lose the league this year, but they win the Champions League.
Yeah.
You can't say anything.
But that's I was going to ask this about. We've spoken about whether they'd rather win the Premier League or the Champions League. Like, I feel like there's so much chat about the Prem. They'd probably rather win the Premier League, even though as a club they've never won the Champions League.
I think that a lot of Arsenal fans, at least I've asked, would be like, Prem, I want Prem.
Yeah, because it's just that's what all the conversation is. Yeah, it's all anyone talks about. England bottling, by the way, we haven't even spoken about. We've got to run through.
We've got to go through a lot.
Euro 2020 final, England bottled that.
Yeah, definitely.
And you might disagree with this.
No, do you know what it is? When England went 1-0 up, I was like, oh, goodness, like, this is bad. Because I expected England to mount more pressure and then look for the second goal. But the fact that they went into their shell, I was so comfortable.
That's a bottle.
That's a bottle.
As soon as the pressure goes up,
I agree.
your performance goes down. That's bottle.
I knew Italy were going to win as soon as England went in their shell. I was like, this is the most perfect scenario.
Yeah.
Because if they kept pressing buttons, if they kept mounting pressure, it would have been a lot tougher for us. We would have had to been a bit more tactical.
When Shaw scored, I honestly remember thinking it's too early. It was like, it's too
early.
In the room, we were all like,
you don't want to score that early.
2 minutes
in,
I was like, what's going to happen
all over again.
Yeah.
We bought against Croatia. Did we bottle against Croatia?
Because
our team stank, really.
And there was no pressure on England in that tournament.
No.
But they kind of I think there is when you go 1-0 up against Croatia in a World Cup.
It's a bigger bottle at home against not the strongest Italy team who haven't qualified for the World Cup. Like, we should. Yeah,
but that's an issue.
Italy
was good.
I'll be honest. I think Italy would have deserved the winner of that Euros because Italy also have the longest unbeaten run in international football history, which was going into that Euros campaign. So I think Italy were the strongest team. They were the most well-organised team. But England did bottle the final. There's no denying that.
Definitely. World Cup 2022, England-France. England didn't bottle that.
No, we didn't bottle because we played well.
We played well. Unfortunately, possibly England's go. Harry Kane did bottle that.
He bottled the pen.
He bottled it.
Because if you want any man on a pen in that moment in the world, you're probably looking at Ronaldo. You're looking at Kane. Like, Kane is one of the first players you think of and being like, I want him to take it.
And it was the added angle of he'd already scored one in the game, and Lloris was his club mate at the time.
Yeah.
That's just like, he obviously just got in his own head about what he needed to do on that penalty, and he skied it. That's a bottle.
Yeah, definitely. But it's not an England bottle.
No, it's a Harry Kane bottle. Sorry. I'd hate to say that. I love Harry Kane. Euro 2024, I don't think we bottled it because we were a shit all tournament.
Yeah. England were just bailed out by individual brilliance, like time and time again.
Yeah, but there's an argument that the ability of that squad playing that poorly is just playing on nerves. And then if you're playing on nerves, so you bottle jobs.
Okay, but let me ask you this though, right?
Possibly,
like, just play free.
I agree, but let me ask you this, right? For me personally, as soon as I watched Spain once in the Euros, I knew they were going to win.
They were the best team.
They were the best team.
Yeah, they were.
So I look at it and I gave England genuinely like such a small chance of even winning that final. I was like, look, Spain are the best team. Unless there's a miracle here and finally something goes England's way in an international stage, Spain will win this final. So how do you guys see it as a bottle?
Yeah, no,
if they're the better team?
Yeah, I get you.
We definitely didn't bottle the Spain.
I was going to say, we didn't. We were aligned on this. We didn't bottle the final, but we just bottled the build up to it. Needing a Bellingham 93rd minute bicycle kick.
We did the opposite of bottling. We did the opposite in some ways because it was like we did everything that constitutes a bottle apart from actually losing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's all that matters.
The loss isn't actually the bottle. It's the build up.
The build up. All the games we won, we bottled. The final, which we lost.
Are we just underperforming? Are we just using the word bottle for underperforming?
How does that make
sense? But that's what I mean. The word bottle is just, I feel like it's thrown around a lot in football these days. Not everything's a bottle. Not every loss is a bottle.
No.
What about, okay, let's talk about, those are the main team bottles. What are individual bottles? We spoke about
Harry Kane a little bit.
What other, like,
Romelu Lukaku.
But
that World Cup performance.
What, against who was that against in the final game?
No, the Champions League. I was thinking of the Champions League.
I was thinking
final.
the World Cup one where Henry was like consoling him afterwards.
Mate, do you remember the group?
Was it
he
Euros?
came off the bench.
He missed so many chances.
No, that was World Cup 22. He came off the bench and he missed I've never seen.
We would bag at least 2 of them. It was like you must remember
criminal.
this. Who was that against, Jacob?
We're gonna have to get a fact check on this.
In the last World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was crying. He was visibly like in tears at the end of the game, and it was just so obvious it was his fault.
See, I was thinking.
Croatia. Oh my god! And the ball's just like bouncing off his knee. It's like, oh man.
I was thinking of Lukaku, the 2023 Champions League final with Intercity when he literally blocked an equalising goal. Do you remember? I forgot who headed it. Yeah. And Lukaku was just on the line and he blocked his own teammate's shot.
I vividly remember that. Yeah.
Like that's unfortunately for Lukaku, he's actually got quite a few. I feel like Morata has quite a few blunders as well.
Morata just has some big game.
Blunders.
Kane does have.
No, Kane has a lot.
A lot.
And this is the thing. I was even thinking this watching Bayern Munich Bayern Munich Real Madrid last week in the Champions League. Kane was having an awful game.
Yeah.
Like, awful. I know the goal he scored, which kind of bailed him out, even though the keeper was awful on that loon and he should have saved that. But in big games, Kane is just. I just can't defend him.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Can't defend him.
Phil Foden for England, is that bottling?
But which game? I'm thinking moments.
I'm just thinking just underperforming.
Yeah, he's just career.
Yeah,
mate, just his whole career, mate.
Did Spurs bottle the Champions League final in 2019?
They
would never have won that. They shouldn't have been there. Like Liverpool are a better team. If they play that, do you know what it is? If they play each other 10 times, Liverpool win 9.
Did another bottle from that game? Did Pochettino bottle it by starting Kane instead of Luke?
Oh yeah, he shouldn't have done that.
Has the manager bottled it there?
Potentially.
Yeah.
But in that moment, are you
not so not fit? He was so
but it's Harry Kane.
Yeah, but surely you play Lucas Moura, and then if you go in 1-0 down, you bring Kane on. All the Spurs fans are like, Kane's on now. Kane's going to get. Kane is in that situation coming off the bench. Kane is going to get a chance that I don't think he gets in the normal game. It's just going to happen.
But maybe Pochettino knew that Ajax just bottled the semi-final, and maybe Lucas Moura wasn't that good.
He scored.
He did score.
Maybe.
It's just a good conversation about.
I'm trying to think of individual bottle performances still.
There's got to be like some
one we're missing. There's got to be a
Gerrard slip.
Is
that
it's a mistake?
He slipped.
Yeah, but it's still.
Did Liverpool bottle the league that year?
That's the thing. That's when you put context to it. We can't let this slip. He was saying that
they did bottle it that year.
They have their fingers on the title, and then. I understand it was more Crystal Palace, the game where they really threw it away. But
in their defence, the title was not in their control at that time.
No, at that point it wasn't.
It wasn't.
At Chelsea it was.
But then it's Mourinho's Chelsea at home. Is that bottling it?
Yeah, it's at Anfield.
Yeah, but like it's Chelsea. It's not crazy.
Chelsea were dead that year, bro.
Chelsea were mid-table. Centre-back.
They were mid-table.
Hey, Fulham legend.
Played for both Chelsea and Fulham, as I learned on the last podcast.
So I feel like that's like a moment. I know it wasn't solely his fault, but still, that's just a moment that will forever be ingrained in football bottle history.
Yeah, I just think that's harsh.
What about Palace Macclesfield?
That was a bottle.
If anyone remembers that one? Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I remember it well. Actually, is that a bottle?
Crystal Palace won the FA Cup and haven't won a game in it since. Don't let that be forgotten.
Yeah, but is that a bottle? There's no pressure on us in the Macclesfield. Well,
yeah, that is a bottle. You're the winners. You're the highest ranking team to lose.
Yeah,
come on, man.
It's not that bad though.
It's not a bottle.
It's not that bad. There's a lot
Macclesfield, bro.
What about this one, right? This isn't. I don't think this is a bottle, but Germany 7, Brazil 1.
That's a bottle.
No, because Neymar and Thiago Silva injured.
Yeah,
but it's in your home country.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
You could visibly see them just
the entire
implode
stadium
mentally.
was crying.
Like that was a monumental.
That was bad.
But again, the result in isolation, like, losing against Germany, world champions in the end, be 5-0 down after 20 minutes.
Yeah, 7-1.
You know what would have been the most generational goal ever? If France won the 2022 World Cup.
I thought of that.
Yeah.
That would have been categorically. You know, imagine how much that would have affected Messi's legacy as well.
I know
it wasn't. That wouldn't have solely been down to Messi, but just the general discourse would have been.
Everything would have
been.
And
Mbappe's. I mean, I think he gets loads of respect for that performance, but he would be like immortalised. For that.
Mbappe's in a World Cup final.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I mean, 2 pens, but
no, but still though.
No, but that
he scored
the second goal was so good. It doesn't matter. That on the volley.
He scored 3 pens because of the shootout.
Went the same way every time.
And I'd argue like the Kane logic. It's hard to score multiple penalties in the same game.
Imagine taking 3 penalties in a World Cup
in the same game against.
I'm just doing the same thing over and over again against a really good penalty.
It's a proper shit house as well. Like he's looking.
Yeah, mate, that was unreal. What other individual performances? Have we got any bad ones that have?
It says on here the biggest one ever is Newcastle in 95, 96.
I remember it well.
Yeah.
But that's a good example. Newcastle 95, 96. If you couldn't hear that, is a great bottle example because like it's just emotion. There's too many emotions. People always say that about Arsenal as well. It's too emotional.
Yeah.
Bayern Munich losing to United for the treble. That's the worst.
Spot on. Yeah,
surely that's what would be the worst.
Also, like conceding 2 set pieces.
It's up there with Milan.
Feels like conceding set pieces is a real bottle thing
right at the end as well.
That is.
And there was no Keane for that final.
No Keane,
Their team was actually wasn't Scholes, wasn't it?
I think Scholes was disqualified.
It was Nicky Butt and Beckham in midfield, and Beckham hadn't played in midfield the entire season.
That's right.
That's a massive. Also, for going back in the past a little bit here, but Italy-Brazil 1982 World Cup, the fact that Brazil lost to Italy was mental.
Is that when Baggio missed the penalty?
No, that was 94.
Did Baggio bottle it?
No, he's my friend.
Correct answer.
Good answer.
But yeah, Brazil in 1982. This is a bit of a history fact. That team was so stacked. I think it had like Socrates, Falcao. Just had a nuts team.
Socrates, ultimate nearly man. He's never won a trophy in his career.
Really?
Never won.
Work that one out. It's crazy. Never won a trophy.
That's mental. Is he the best player ever to never win a trophy?
I think we think so.
Obviously, we haven't seen him play, but we were like probably on paper.
Never watched him on
what,
paper,
what were some rivals you came up with, like players that could maybe compete with that?
Who else did we have in there? I can't even remember.
Can't remember now.
This is like one of the first episodes we ever did.
Yeah,
Jared Bowen, I feel like was in mine.
But he won one.
Oh, he did, yeah.
Literally won it for
Bowen was in it.
Mark Noble.
Oh, Noble.
That's what I was thinking of. I mean, that's the kind of level we're going.
Yeah, but if you were Italian and not a Premier League fan, you wouldn't be like, oh yeah, Mark Noble should have won a trophy. You wouldn't.
Socrates is obviously significantly better than Mark Noble was.
Well,
well, stat for stat actually. Yeah, passing probably Mark Noble. Pens, Mark Noble.
What other names we had in it, Jacob?
Matt Letizia.
Matt Letizia.
There's a big Italian. Let me just quickly find out.
Can't be that big if he's never.
There is a big Italian.
Really?
Di Natale.
Oh, Di Natale never won a trophy.
Yeah, Di Natale never won a trophy.
Who's better, Di Natale or Socrates?
Bro, you have to ask my dad.
Di Natale.
Do you want me to call my dad and put him on
Yeah, go.
Should we call him?
He's be like, what?
He's going to be like, they're not even the same position.
This is the first time ever we're phoning.
We've got a phone in.
Phone a friend
now. This is unbelievable.
Alright, let me call my dad. Phone a friend.
Surely he's going to say Di Natale.
Let me call him.
Di Natale was an unbelievable FIFA card back in the day.
Him and Mikkeli.
Mikkeli and that, like, is it Palmer? He's in a pink kit.
No,
Palermo.
Well, we've got Mr. Luca.
OG JFTV.
OG JFTV. JFTV Senior.
He's not even replying.
Mr.
JFTV, black and white.
Bro, he's on another pod.
Oh, sei su un podcast adesso. Devi rispondere. Socrates o Di Natale? Chi è stato più forte?
Socrates o Di Natale?
Yeah.
Socrates.
Ok, grazie. It's done it. Ok.
Grazie.
Parliamo dopo. Ciao ciao.
Wow.
Wow. There you go. It's settled.
That's unbelievable.
It's settled.
Hey, your dad has such a good Italian accent as well. It's just like you, bro.
Why is he putting
on the voice?
Why is he begging it? Why is he begging it, man?
Yeah, Luca's like, I'm going to call you later, right? Make sure you pronounce the names in the Italian way, okay? So, to conclude on the bottle point, key parts of a bottle, what are they?
The pressure.
Yep.
The pressure.
High pressure.
Yeah.
High pressure. Being in
pressure
control.
and performance have a direct correlation.
Throwing away control.
The way you throw it away. Well, that kind of is like a sub sort of factor of that.
Yeah.
The way you throw it away.
The standard of the opposition to which you are throwing away.
The history, like PSG had a history of bottling before that. The remontada. The same thing with obviously
accumulation.
Arsenal this season. England a lot of times have been when it's accumulated over years.
Yeah,
that's a big factor.
I think that you can boil it down to throwing away control of a situation due to pressure to a opponent who you are better than.
Yeah. So this Arsenal season for me would be right up there because you go Wolves drop points, Brentford drop points, Bournemouth lose.
Bournemouth was a bottle,
and then you go lose to City, your rival. Like that is like a and in the middle of that losing the League Cup final and losing to Southampton. It's like that is like 6 out of 8 games you've just thrown away.
Also, if they don't make the Champions League final, or at least the semis, like if they were to lose to Sporting.
And then Atletico
especially
Madrid,
they've already battered Atletico in the Champions League once this season.
But I genuinely believe if they play Atletico, I think they'll lose. Like genuinely, I think they have a better chance against Barca.
Do you?
Yeah,
because the Barca will go for it.
Yeah. I'd love Atletico to win the Champions League.
I want them to win it most out of all of them because they deserve a Champions League.
Yeah, agreed.
In their club's history, 100%.
They've been robbed of a few.
They've been so unfortunate.
Did they bottle it?
No,
against that Ramos header.
No.
They were robbed.
Ramos 93rd.
No,
that
wasn't a ball.
No, that wasn't a bottle. That was just unfortunate. That's just pure luck to Madrid, genuinely.
What a header, by the way.
Yeah,
and he scored the following year in the Champions League final, or in 2016.
You see, that was offside, that goal as well. It got given, but it was offside. You see how unfortunate they've been.
Classic Atletico.
Vardrid,
and then Griezmann misses a pen in that moment.
Bottle. Missing a pen is a bottle.
No, Griezmann individual, that's a bottle.
Yeah.
Champions League, if he scores that, they win it. It is a bottle, that one. But from Griezmann.
Did Fulham bottle against Atletico Madrid then?
Yeah, bro, 100%. They only had Aguero and Forlan up front.
Yeah, poor team, bro.
Yeah, Bobby Zamora is better than both of them.
No, I agree.
I met Bobby Zamora a few weeks ago.
I saw that he did the penalty thing with him and
really nice guy.
Murray.
Got a lift home with Glenn Murray. I think I told you.
Yeah, it's so random.
I'm just getting lift homes from everyone at the moment. Anyway, that was a good chat about bottling.
Yeah, let's
we'll
go.
Take a quick break.
That was good fun.
Question of the week, another new segment.
Question of the week.
We have a question, viewers, listeners.
For me,
might be for you.
Who knows?
Who bloody knows?
Question of the week. Although we had a great comment from your dad being like, we had Ethan on Bazinga, and
I saw.
He was like,
that's
I don't know who that is. We just did an intro.
He knows who I am.
We don't intro.
This is why I feel honoured now.
There you go.
He actually knows Bazinga, but he knows me.
He actually put something about you in our family WhatsApp group the other day. I'll say that was ages ago. I'll try and find it.
Did I say something disrespectful towards me, or give me a few ratings?
Let me find this. Talk amongst yourselves.
All right. Well, I've got a question. I've got the 2 questions of the week. There's 2 questions. One is from, I can only assume, Ollie's burner account. It says, Palace 3, Italy 0. You can stick your pasta up.
Whoa.
That to me is not a question. That's a statement.
Statement.
First of all, I didn't say that. I'm actually going to Firenze. On Wednesday.
We argued a few weeks ago. I was like, "Oh mate, you can have a lovely time in Tuscany." He's like, "It's not in Tuscany. It's Florence." I was like, "It's in Tuscany." Yeah. And then I got Alfred on my own podcast. I sat there and went, "Oh, maybe it's not fair enough."
It's in Florence, he said.
Yeah, it was something like that.
No. Florence is just Firenze in English.
No. I said I didn't realise that Florence was in Tuscany.
I was like, "Oh," and then I basically.
He's still right about this. Like every week.
I didn't back myself, and then I got home and went,
have a bit of confidence.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm awful with regions, like really. But like, if you name me a team, I can't tell you what region they're in. I'm so bad at that.
I only know in Italy, Piemonte
Calcio,
Trentino,
yeah.
My dad said you're a legend so my cousin sent the tier listing. So quite right too. Luca's legend. My cousin said who.
This tier list of you two in the A is getting way too much attention for my liking.
Well, if you were on it, you'd be happy with that.
How many likes is it? It's on. That post blew up, I think. Genuinely.
It's on 20k likes.
That's a lot of likes.
Oh. That is. How do you see views?
I think it has about 500,000.
Whoa!
He does is a guy that just does tier list rankings for random things, like top 10 actors or something. I don't know.
Luca, John T is our real question of the week. He says, is there a link between stadium situations and the decline in Italian football?
That's a good question.
We have an educated audience, bro.
That is a good question. I've been reading a little bit about the stadiums in Italy.
It's a bad situation. Is this filming?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
you guys are cute.
He's just feeling like every 5 seconds. Like, hang on a minute.
I don't know if you wanted me to give an in-depth response to that.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
So it is filming.
It's been rolling the whole time.
For the record, if we weren't filming, I would like that anyway for me if I asked you a question.
Imagine
we were out for a bit. We're out for a beer. I asked you that question, and you just went, "No, yes."
Yeah, it is filming. We didn't stop rolling, but it'll get edited out.
Oh, okay.
So feel free to answer the question.
Oh, now it's time to answer. Right. Which one? The first statement that Oliver wrote, or
no? We'll leave Ollie's pasta.
Yeah, no.
We'll go with the stadium situation.
I want you to beat Fiorentina anyway, bro.
Well, we bloody should. I hope we will.
I don't like Fiorentina.
That would be a big bottle.
Why
not? Just rivalry. They hate us.
They're one of the 7 sisters.
They are.
Like that.
Top tier for a reason, bro.
Oh, he asked me that Soccer Archive, and I was like, "What does that mean?" But now I know.
What is it?
It's just like all the good Italian teams, basically.
It's kind of like the big 6, but the 7.
Fiorentina are in there.
Yeah,
Fiorentina,
so you've got AC, Juve, Napoli, Roma.
Lazio.
That's
Do you say Inter as well?
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, stadium situation.
Yeah, so
what do you mean about the stadium situation? Sorry.
It's very bad in Italy. I mean, first big problem, right, is very few stadiums in Italy are actually owned by the club. Meaning, if they wanted to do renovations on it, they need to get permission from the council, the government. Big problem. Things could be like delays, politics. Big issues there.
Someone needs to pay off.
Yeah, someone needs to pay off.
San Siro has been delayed for like 47 years. Is that similar linked?
47.
Oh, it's an exaggeration.
No, I think they're building a new one. They're building a new one in a separate location, though. I don't know when it's scheduled to start.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's been in talks for ages. It feels like
that's the first thing. Clubs need to own their own stadiums to be able to do whatever works that they want on it when they want. So I think Juventus own their own, Udinese own their own, Atalanta now maybe they've done their works, and I think Palermo, because they're owned by Citigroup, I think they're looking to get permission to do their own thing, but. Most of the stadiums, bro, were built for Italia 90, and since then have had no works done on it. I think Fiorentina now only doing works there. So when you go watch the game, you're gonna see like one is completely shut, one of the curvas. But yeah, that's a big problem. Like all the stadiums are old, they're ran down. Even the San Siro, like as much as it's historic and things, it needed to go.
Can you give us a quick fire to end ranking of the biggest problems with Italian football? So give me like the top 4 in order. So whether it's not developing youth, the stadiums...
that's up there. Youth development is like maybe first.
That's your number 1?
Probably, because first it stems even from like 10-year-olds, in the sense that to get into an academy in Italy, very few... Well, actually quite a lot of the time it's based on nepotism, who you know, if you're the son of someone or the daughter of someone, or you're the, I don't know, the nephew or niece of someone, if you pay money. So you're not actually promoting people that are good at football, you're just promoting people that pay and people that you know, which is really pointless. It's kind of like the difference between academies and what's the other word where you can pay to be in Chelsea. It's foundation. You can be in the foundation, so technically you're in Chelsea's foundation, but you're not in the academy. It's 2 different sectors, right? So that's number 1, including the fact that a lot of young players don't get the chance to play in first teams in Italy. So that kind of like both them 2 factors are the reason why it's number 1.
I think you said on something else, I heard you say Yamal wouldn't have had a chance.
Yeah.
Like he'd just be in the reserve somewhere.
Yeah, I think, who was it that said that statement?
I thought it was you.
No,
it was someone you reacted to it.
But it was a German player, I want to say.
Yeah.
Klinsmann,
yeah. He played for Inter, and he said that he would play in like Serie B, and it's probably true. Like even at Juventus, I think we've probably been the best club over the last few years to promote young players in, but the rest of the teams need to follow. You need to play, because if these young players don't play in Italy, where are they playing? Not playing anywhere, which then has an effect on the national team.
Yeah.
So that's number 1. Second one, just like, bro, honestly, recruitment. We're bringing a lot of old players to the league, which is, it can fix some short term. Like, for example, Modric. I'm not opposed to Modric coming in, but if you're solely relying on Modric and then someone like Ricci, who's a young Italian, isn't playing, it kind of links to the first point. It's like, well, you need to try and promote the youth without being overly reliant on older players who are way past their best, past their prime. I think also managers, they're quite backwards with the way that they play. A lot of teams play like a 5-back in Italy, which, look, man, if you win with a 5-back, there's nothing wrong with it. But at the same time,
great formation.
Win a Conference League with that.
Hopefully.
Typically, you don't win trophies with a 5-back, especially in Europe and the national.
Some clubs are different. Some clubs are just built different.
Only Crystal Palace and Qantas team, so you're the only 2 anomalies.
What can I say?
Other issues, stadium's an issue, of course, infrastructure.
I read one about. I'm really interested in the decline of it this week. Since you lost. No, if you did forgot.
Okay, thank you.
But there was one on. There was something on. What was it? Come on, John. Think. It was on broadcasting rights and how it was dillied out like 10, 15 years ago. And in the 90s or maybe the early 2000s, like you guys could individually, each club, Juventus, AC Milan, Inter Milan, they could buy the rights to, they get 40 million for them, but it wouldn't be split equally around the league, when the Premier League's quite different in that sense. So like Bournemouth, Fulham's, Palace's get a bigger chunk of it.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting. Basically just said that was a big reason for the decline.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's definitely a fact. I mean, also the Calciopoli scandal was that's the major reason to why Italy suffered so much, bro. It definitely, I think, kind of pushed players to leave the league and maybe didn't really attract a lot of players because of it. Yeah. And I think foreign investment is quite a big issue in Italy. I think you need to sort of give incentives to people to come and invest their money, potential, like they pay less tax maybe if they own a club in Italy, to give them a reason to inject more capital into the country. Things like that to be able to like boost the league. That's super important. But honestly, I think the main thing is like the youth development. I'd say that's probably the most important factor.
I was listening to Neve say the other day.
Yeah, I heard that as well. The tax break.
So
Did she say it too?
She said, yeah. So she was on Alcott's podcast like 2 weeks ago, talking about Italian football. It was before the Bosnia game, and they were talking about like a tax break they introduced in Italy. Like 10 years ago, maybe a bit less than that, where it was basically just like encouraged super wealthy people to come to Italy, and that was a big reason why players started coming to Italy, like Lukaku and Ronaldo, because there was big tax advantages to coming to Italy. But in reality, like that's not a good way of like.
It's not sustainable.
Exactly.
And it's gone again now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It was very interesting.
Yeah.
I've got one final thing before we go. My question of the week is to Ollie.
Oh fuck. Okay. Well,
Does Jean-Philippe Mateta follow you on Instagram?
He doesn't.
He's back scoring for Palace and he's still not followed you.
No, did you see the picture I took of him the other day?
Yeah, unreal, by the way. Kicking the corner flag. Did he see it? Did you tag him?
I tagged him in the story.
Did he see it?
He hasn't seen it.
Bro,
Jean-Philippe,
you used to be something, man. You used to be so
we
close.
We used to be best buddies, and now we're not.
Would you rather everybody listening right now drops us a follow on the podcast, or you got a follow back from Mateta?
Follow back from Mateta.
Oh, that's not ridiculous.
it's not ridiculous to say that.
Well, Mateta, if you're watching,
I don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to have to ask him face to face.
The thing
when
is,
are you going to see him?
It's quite awkward to say that, mate. Just
who was? I think.
Follow me, bro.
I feel like I spoke about this on something.
Such beggy.
I've been on this podcast.
You can't do that to anyone.
I know. They were like, "Would you think he'd take that a person?" Like, I was like, he wouldn't find that funny.
No, he wouldn't.
Do you think he'd put his arm round you like he did to Liv?
that was nuts. She was like, "Oh, it's fine. She's all in good jest." But he had an iron grip right there. Jean-Philippe.
Man marking him as at Arsenal at a corner.
He actually played terribly against Fiorentina as well, but he was quality against Newcastle. Anyway, that's not the point. It's not the point of the podcast. We won't get into that. I think that's it,
mate. Yeah, Luca, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you very much. Anything you want to plug?
My socials, Oliver, please put them in the description.
Jacob, please put them in the description. Thank you very much for coming on, mate.
Thanks for coming on. Always an honour to chat to you, mate. Rory Jennings was on last week and he said, he was like, I met that Luca for the first time. He said, it's so refreshing to meet someone because you're very young, as we know. I can't believe how young this guy is. And he's like, who knows so much, so articulate, and
facts.
Little compliment from Rory Jennings.
I appreciate Rory as well.
Go at the game.
Next time we come on, we'll hopefully be a less somber sort of environment.
Yeah, hopefully something good will happen to Juventus. Obviously, it's looking unlikely.
Last time I came on, I think we discussed about Juventus, maybe the downfall. So I feel like they're quite pessimistic, my episodes.
Yeah, everything's
maybe
just
more optimistic. Maybe like top 10 happiest memories in life or something.
Okay, that's the next one. If you're not following, now you should. That's coming.
It's heading in that direction. Just further away from
football.
Current football affairs.
Yeah.
That's fine. Do drop us a follow on Spotify, as we said previously. We'll see you on Friday.
Yeah.
For a bonus episode, Man City Arsenal preview. Lock in.